Don't be fooled. We're back again. This is Wonder with my friend Jorge. And of course, this is Jay Ry. Thank you all for coming back. This is our chat.
Yeah, I wonder why did we take so long to record another one?
I mean, only you can answer that question, truly. But then again, does it matter? Because...
Well, it matters because there's great stories, because we like doing this podcast or this video chat, whatever, video cast.
Well, speak for yourself.
Yeah, well, fine. I like it. That's right. I'm paying you massive amounts of money to hang out with me and record yourself while I talk to you.
I had somebody I worked with years ago that would do that. Like, and when somebody in a conversation would like pluralize the conversation and be like, "Oh, we wouldn't do that," the person would say, "Oh, we wouldn't do that? Why are you speaking for me?" So
yeah. You're getting out all your anger against this person with me. Yes, of course. If they did something that really bothered you, you should do it to other people. That's the way of life.
I'm so angry and bitter towards you. That's why I'm smiling and laughing. This I mask it so well. Yeah. Anyway, I wonder why we haven't been here for a little while. It's because you became a father, lowercase f.
Wow. Yes. And by anyway, it's a longer story. I guess it is a story. It's been a month since I've been with this. A month already? Yeah, something like about a month. My friend is like, "Hey, I'm getting a puppy." I come when the puppy is delivered. I record the video of the puppy delivery person delivering a puppy, and I see this miniature thing, German Shepherd mixed with poodle.
Yeah.
And I, stay over the night to help, and the puppy was crying all night, and I get into the kennel with the puppy, and I'm like hanging around with the puppy, and I'm like falling in love with this puppy, and then the next day I go back home and I call my friend. I'm like, "Hey, can I come over?" I just literally missed the puppy, right? And so I slept in the couch with the puppy because she didn't want to sleep. She doesn't want to train the dog to get on the bed. She's very disciplined. But I was like, but the puppy's crying, and I have this soft spot. So I hang out, and then the puppy didn't like cuddle with me. She was like by herself, but in the couch, and she didn't cry. So then day 3, and then by the weekend comes, and I'm like, I was back home. I was exhausted. I was like, I'm happy. I'm so, I love dogs. This is great. How cute. But I'm so happy I don't have a dog. I am so happy that all this time it's exhausting. This is so much work. This is so much, right?
So much to unpack there. I'll start with the first smart ass remark that came into my mind about 2.5 minutes ago. I've been sitting on it. That's what happens when your friend gets a girlfriend or a dog and they desert you. There's one. And then
the first knee-jerk jealousy reaction. Okay.
Yes. So jealous of your time. And then the other thing is that, I remember, I mean, again, it's not reasonable to compare, dogs to children. I know that. I have children. I know they're not the same. However, there is a similar theme though to the idea that when you're watching someone's dog or you're playing with someone's children, someone else's, right? Then you clock out and you go back. So that sort of lays into where you said, like, I'm so happy that the dog is not mine 24/7. Visiting is fine. It's like grandparenting almost, right? Come in and then you get out.
Right. And then you get a safe distance. So, it's not really yours. But that came on day 3 or 4 when I was back home and then for the weekend.
You were all in.
But in the first few days, I was like, got googly eyes over this puppy. Like, oh my God, this thing, right? And but then on Sunday night, I had told her like, "Oh, I'll come next week, say hi, whatever. Or I'll come on Sunday night and hang out or watch a movie or something." On Sunday night, I was like, "Hey, listen, I actually want to stay here and sleep in." So I not only sleep, go to bed early, so to wake up tomorrow and start the week. That last week was a mess because of the doggy, and she just breaks down, just has just completely breaks down on camera. And she's like, but she got angry, said all the meanest things. You said you could not, but all at the bottom it was really like, please come.
Your friend?
This is my friend. She's like, please come. This is
friend with a lowercase f.
So she's a very good friend. Yeah. She has a meltdown. Like this
That
is
just
like
seems like a strange reaction for a platonic friend.
well, I mean, we've dated before. It's not like she's only.
So
I
that's
mean,
not
she's
a
my
friend
friend.
with the lowercase f.
I see. Yes, then if that's what you mean by high
You have
uppercase.
you have a history. That's
Yeah, no, for sure. It's not like an acquaintance. Yeah, yeah.
got it.
Enough of
Well,
a friendship so that when the dog arrived.
that reaction didn't make sense on the surface. Now I understand.
Right. Well, several things happened at the same time. First, she broke up with a lover that she was going out with. That was very serious. She broke up. That happened. Then she bought this house and she got the house right in that moment. And then the puppy came, all at the same time. So she has this meltdown. She's like, "Please come, help me." And so I come, and I was like, "Listen, no." I tried to say no, but like the pain was it was so much. I was like, I'm coming. And as soon as I came, like, yeah, it's just like, I told you not to get a dog while you got a house. Yeah, I told you to get the house and then get the dog. But the poor buddy was the last one in the litter, and there was all these things. And I'm glad she got it. I'm glad that this dog is here. She's like so cute, and it was like literally the last dog from this apparently this. It's a Shapadoodle. This breed is not very common, and the breeder that in California that we got it from just died, and so the people that worked with them were getting rid of the last puppies. Basically, that was of a pregnant dog who just gave birth.
Must go sale.
All dogs must go sale. Sure. Yes.
Sounds a little bit nice. Getting rid of them. That sounded a little.
Did I say get rid of them? Sure.
You did.
I guess so.
Now you're triggering people about
all the dog lovers. I love them, but they had to. I mean, they had to give it away or not give it. They sold. Them were sold.
And we're not apologizing if you just got triggered. This is not that kind of podcast.
Wow. So true.
Wow. I'm sorry. I'm not apologizing. Don't let me say we.
Yeah, don't speak for the plural. For the plural we.
Mr. Marshmallow Heart over here might just apologize for all the dog comments today.
I apologize for all dog comments done from all humans ever since dog existed.
Well, while you have been playing dog grandpa, I've been traveling a bit. I think I can't remember exactly.
You're sporting a good tan. The last thing I heard from you was that you were going on a vacation with your mom.
Yes. Okay, so that was
significant other.
Okay. Had I already been to Colombia?
I don't remember you going to Colombia. What did you go to Colombia for?
Maybe that was before that too. Okay.
It's been a whirlwind because of all this, Anyways, but just remind me of Colombia. You might have told me.
Colombia was fantastic.
No, but what did you go? What was the purpose of the trip?
Does there have to be a purpose of a trip? The purpose was to visit Colombia. The purpose was to go to Cartagena. It was celebrating a few birthdays.
Okay.
In my Costa Rica group here. So that was that's what it said on the forced itinerary, but yeah, that was what it was about.
Birthdays in Cartagena. No, I don't remember you telling me about this. So what are the highlights?
What a joy, again, for the 1%, or less than 1% of anyone who's going to care about this thing that I'm about to say, but what a joy it is to be able to fly over the ocean and go to another country with another culture, and it's only 90 minutes away from me now, as opposed to Los Angeles, like you couldn't get anywhere in 90 minutes except maybe the first tip of, Mexico. And Mexico is so monstrously big, but down here in Central America, all the countries are tiny. So it's like you can just go bing, 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 get different experiences. Yeah, Colombia is pretty kick-ass. I've enjoyed it. Yeah.
I've never been to Venezuela either. I've been two countries that I've wanted to go.
I've been warned about Venezuela, but
yeah.
I'm not like the people with those RVs, where they've got every state colored in that their RV has been to.
Yeah.
I don't need to get to every country in South America, and I really doubt that I will. Because in the same way how I just said that, Cartagena is 90 minutes away from Costa Rica, Rio de Janeiro is 11 hours away from Costa Rica. And I'm like, I don't think I'm ever going to be doing that. I think I can just check that off.
That's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, it's like going from LA to, Europe. Most
But
places.
you get Europe.
Wow, Rio de Janeiro, that depends on what you're looking for. Rio de Janeiro sounds really attractive, right?
Well, I mean, if you're implying just like the
Brazilian ass is what I'm implying.
yeah, but that could be found in all sorts of places.
Sure. No, but if you go, for example, one thing, if I were to go to, Rio de Janeiro for Carnaval would be probably like a sexy sight.
I'm sure. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know. It's not pulling me.
No.
When I saw that link, and then of course, I don't know. In my mind, I just felt like things were a little closer. I never really researched it, and then I was like,
because you're American.
Yes, you're right. It hadn't crossed my path yet. I didn't have a foundation in Central America yet.
Because for Americans, the thing has to cross them. They don't cross because they don't cross.
Well, I mean, there was no quiz in any of my, multiple college courses and majors that were talking about flight times between
countries.
But I did know, anyway, I'm getting so off track here, but that's the same reason I wouldn't go to Australia too. I never booked Australia because I'm can't even imagine 14 hours on a plane from Los Angeles.
What about Southeast Asia? Do you like any of the Bali, Thailand, anything like this?
Well,
Japan? You've been?
I've been to Thailand. I've been to Thailand and China. But still, it's a lot, but that's 9 or 10. I just feel like every couple more hours you add on is, I don't look it, but I'm getting older and I'm getting even more set in my ways.
I mean, I grew up with long flights because when I lived in Argentina, it was 12 hours to go to Mexico, and we did that every 2 years.
Argentina's far, yeah.
Argentina's like Rio de Janeiro.
Another one that's probably not going to make it before I croak, and I'm just not thinking that's going to happen.
Or the flight times get shorter. It's possible with technologies flying higher in altitude, less resistance, and so on.
Not going to happen.
So if it was a 4-hour flight to Argentina, you wouldn't do it.
But it won't happen that it will be 4 hours to Argentina.
But they're doing in New York, London, with the supersonic and so on. It's possible. It's not impossible. It's not like you're dying tomorrow and we're going very fast. It's not impossible
to happen within the next few years at a reasonable price. It's not possible. That's what I'm saying.
You heard it here. You heard it here first. We will record the next one podcast not too far into the future, maybe in the next, I would say, 5 years. So I mark my words, 2030.
I will pay for your ticket to go with me
to Argentina.
It happens that they make a 4-hour flight from Costa Rica to Argentina.
Let's say five. Let's say
that's under $1,000. Let's see it. Let's see it.
2030. Okay, it's a good.
We'll see. You know how long it takes to build an airplane, a regular airplane, and you know how many years in advance they make those purchase orders and all of that. And you know how many airlines are losing their asses right now. I don't see them innovating right now. The world is crumbling on disposable income for most of the world.
Maybe.
You can't even get a first class flight from Costa Rica to Colombia. It just doesn't even exist. I'm just saying, you're talking about an even bigger innovation than an innovation that's pretty standard in most of the rest of the world of having business class, first class, right? So you're talking about from Colombia or from Costa Rica to Argentina. That's why I'm betting you the plane ticket. It ain't gonna happen. Maybe from LA to Argentina, or maybe from Mexico City.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, from a major airport. Yes.
You made a bet. Well, that's right. You are fully fleshing out the bet there.
No, because you can.
What do I get in return? Yeah, see, it's too late now.
No. It's interesting. That would be an interesting thing. No, that would mean that San Jose, Costa Rica's airport, which San Juan Santa Maria Airport, would need to become an international, bigger.
The home of landing at least twice. That just happened to me yesterday.
You landed twice?
I missed the landing. It's already happened to me. I've had three bad. This was strong.
That's scary.
I've had 3 out of the ordinary landings here. But again, I fly all the time. 3's not that bad. there was this Canadian couple next to me on the flight. Well, let me back up. So yesterday I was on a flight.
Wow.
Coming back here to Costa Rica. And Costa Rica, again, it's so green, it's so lush, it's so beautiful. It's not the same as all the rest of the countries around, right? It has a blue zone here. Well, you know, the thing that goes hand in hand.
What is a blue zone? I didn't know that.
Blue zone is a certain zones in the world
that you grow old, right?
People last longer and thrive more because of the magic that's in that blue zone. This is where we need the Joe Rogan. We need Jamie to look up and, you know, clarify what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It is true that there's a blue zone in Costa Rica. Here's what happened yesterday on the plane, trying to come home, trying to land. It's very cloudy. Clouds are dense. So you're in the sky and it's open. And then to get into Costa Rica, you got to go into the clouds. Turbulence, turbulence, turbulence. He comes out of the clouds. He misses the runway and has to go straight back up again. And people were losing their shit on that plane. Right. Of course, you say, right? Now, how many times would you estimate you've flown in and out of Costa Rica? Approximately a dozen.
I've flown in? Yeah, something like that.
Okay, right. So has that happened to you here?
I think it has happened to me once, but I don't know where, I don't know when. And most of the countries that I've lived in were Latin American. So if it wasn't Costa Rica, you know,
it was one of the neighboring partners.
One of the other ones, yes.
Okay, so that happens. And then the lady who's right next to me, losing her mind, like literally is like gonna leave like indentions in the seat with her like
wow, she's like clawing into it.
Hyperventilating, just like losing it, right? And I could have predicted that actually from when she got on the plane right in front of me, but that's a whole nother story. Let's not be judgmental.
You smelled that she was an anxious person.
Anxious and difficult. So then that's going on. Now, mind you, I'm like on this laptop and I'm just like, I'm editing an episode from a hotel review. And I'm like, I got my headphones on and I'm just like, I know what's going on, but I'm like, I'm not participating, right? Then the couple across the aisle from me, he like waves to get my attention because he figured I spoke English. Good call. And he's like, did you hear what he said? They didn't translate it. And I said, oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. I said, but probably what he said was, you know, we missed the landing and to be safe, we took back off just to be double safe and we're going to circle around and do it again, you know. And I told the guy, I said, this happens. I said, it's not like really. And he's like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I live here. This doesn't happen. And I'm like, oh. But, you know, again, I'm just like, I'm not even on anything. And I'm just like, I'm the calmest, you know, pepper on the plane. And I'm just like, I mean, I'm like, I've had two really bouncy, sketchy landings here before, and one of them missed before. I said, so, I mean, I can't imagine I was on the only plane that ever happened.
Yeah.
But he was certain that that didn't happen, right? And again, not in a rude way, but he's a little panicked, right? And his wife, I'm assuming, right? Like, yeah. So then either he still had the Wi-Fi from the plane or something, because he gets on his phone and he starts reading up on it, right? And then I go back to what I'm doing, because again, I don't want to participate.
Oh my God.
I don't want to participate in the hysteria. I can hear it, I can feel it, but I'm like, I'm in my noise canceling and I'm just like, I'm just going to do work. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die, but I'm not going to die. We're all going to be okay, right? I'm not going to do this, right? It's a real good shift for me these past couple of years of just not participating.
Yeah, it's quite impressive, right?
So,
Again.
Right. So anyway, it's another good 30 minutes that we're like warbling all around and you can't see a goddamn thing. And I'm just like, please don't hit a mountain. Please don't hit a mountain, because we're right in the middle of mountains. Also, the volcano is erupting right now, which is causing air quality issues right now.
Arenal?
Boas, right here near the capital. Yeah. Which is wild, because I did an episode on Boas on this channel not too long ago. And when I was there, the alarm was going off for the gas. And they were still open. And I'm like, should we be here? And they're like, oh, no, it'll be fine. I'm like,
alarm for the gas, explain this.
Okay, so the Boas volcano here in Costa Rica, you can walk like right up to it. Like the way that it's situated, you walk a pretty easy. I wouldn't even call it a hike. I mean, it's just a walk and you're at the caldera. And when you're there, this thing is this like breathing, oozing, like sea green color. And there's always, steam and smoke, coming out of it, right? So then when you're right there at the fence, and then there's a police little substation there and a park ranger, substation there. And there's a big sign with 3 different lights. It's the red, it's the orange, it's the blue. And it's like, if this light's on, the poison of the gas is at this level, beware, or like total evacuation, right? That's what the colors, right? And so the last time I was there, which was over New Year's, my friend Felix was visiting, and we went over there, and the lowest level light was flickering the whole time we were there. And I kept asking, because I had my son too. My son's 3 years old. He's got lungs the size of like a pear. And I'm like, is this safe? And they're like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, I don't believe them for a fucking second. Why is the light on, right? And you can smell it. You could smell the gas at the parking lot, right?
And what is this methane? What is it? Do you know?
I'd have to look again. But it's again, it's like every volcano is unearthing something from the center of the earth, and it's poisonous, right? You're right there. It's not like Arenal where you're nowhere near the top. Like for Poas, you've already done all the driving up the mountain, and then you just do a little walk, boop, boop, and then you're like right there looking down in it. Anyway, so that's erupting now. It's not just like it's completely closed and it's erupting right now, right? So that's also affecting the sky at the moment. And I landed yesterday while this was going on, right? Anyway, we're circling back around, coming back in again. Then they have the, they find after like 20 minutes of silence, then they have the, like, okay, we're going in again, and the guy next to me was like, he's like, I looked it up. It does happen. Bless you.
Thank you.
And I'm like, man, I'm telling you, like, it's, even though it's a big valley, like it's just it's a sketchy little place on how they land, and it's not that long. So like, you got to get it exactly right, obviously.
This guy was American or was like Canadian. I see.
A Canadian couple who relocated to Costa Rica.
I see.
And then as we're like getting ready to actually land, and no, they didn't even clap for the pilot after they finally landed and we didn't die. That happens a lot on planes where after something like scary happens, people are like, oh, man.
That's great.
Nobody clapped.
There was no tip.
However, that's right. You can have back the peanuts.
Yeah.
Actually, they don't even give you a snack on that airline. They're so thrifty. But the couple were so nice, and they were like, oh, thank you. Like, you helped calm us down or whatever. And the lady's like, I've seen you on one of these flights before. And I'm like, you probably have.
Okay. Are you the guy on YouTube?
It's not even that. I mean, I'm just,
Just blonde with tattoos on you.
I stand out. Yeah. Don't get me on a surveillance tape. I'm guilty. That you're right. That's me. There's
no tattoos all over.
That was kind of crazy yesterday. But it was still worth it, because I love traveling. And just back to this point for a second too, which the point of why I'm saying what I'm saying, even with like the flight time to Brazil and the flight time to Argentina, for example, it's not me just being a brat. It's also like I'm hyper conscious that like I'm on the last 35% of my life now. And so like I'm very conscious about experiences and getting everything in and doing everything that I can, and being really choosy too on like what I'm doing, because I don't want to keep repeating places I've been to and then run out and be too old to go hike somewhere, because I didn't get there until I was 70 or something, So I just think about things differently now. And I think about like that, for example, I think about like, okay, if I spend 11 hours on this plane each way, which is basically a whole day combined, and plus the airports, it's like a day and a half, and the driving and all the nonsense. I'm like, is there something there that's going to just totally blow me away? That's that different than where I already am? Probably not. So I'm just kind of like mentally like checking out some things like that. That's just where my brain's at.
Well, and which are the interesting? What are? I have similar intuitions as you about this. The 11 hours on the plane or whatever. That doesn't mean I do audiobooks or I sleep very well on the plane. So I'm thankfully up to now very good at traveling. But that might change in 5 years. So my back might give out, whatever, right? Like it's true. It's very, very, very wise to even think about this in this way. Because I look at my parents and like now they don't want to get on long flights. Not that you're the age of my father, right? Or my mother, but like there's a gradient, right? And that's great. At some point it becomes...
We're all getting there.
Yeah.
At some point.
We're all getting out there at some point, and it's so gradual that like by the time you get there, it might be too late. So planning and basically being on the safe side of let me get everything in that I want. And I'm thinking, well, first of all, I want to know that's maybe another episode, or maybe this episode, man, we are in it already. But I wonder the top 5 experiences that you want to get in before you might not be able to, or you want to just be safe about not being, getting now, like the top 5.
Okay, let's go back and forth to make it a little more interesting. Let's bounce back and forth. So you give me one first. Like we don't have to totally have it in order of the top 5 because it's spontaneous.
Yeah, spontaneous.
Give me something that's a contender for you.
Well, for example, like talking about hiking or whatever, my friend from Costa Rica, actually, Marco, he went to the Everest for similar reasons as you. Like, I want to get it in. Mount Everest. He didn't go to the summit. My other friend was like, after her divorce, she was like, I want to go to Mount Everest. And she actually... This is very hard to believe because it's very, and see if you believe it or not, but she landed with a helicopter on the top of Mount Everest. And the reason that I tell you that it's hard to believe is because my friend Marco was like, it's impossible. Nobody has ever landed a helicopter on the Mount Everest. It's impossible. It's too high up. There's no oxygen, blah, 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 blah. But there is one guy, and it's this guy.
That's exactly how Marco talks. You're right.
He was totally about to completely try to, like, it's impossible. I Googled it for him. It was a pilot from the Royal Air Force, the British Royal, and it has the Guinness record for being able to, but he can only stay there for like a little bit. But anyways, the point is that she got to the top of Mount Everest. I don't care to get to Mount Everest. Something that I don't. Oh, maybe that's a better one even. Like the normal.
You just gave me a -1 on your top 5.
I got a -1 because I have never thought about this, and I think it's better to think about
Okay, I'll give you a positive one.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Italy and Greece. So
never been.
No. So when I was in college, I went to Europe twice within like 14 months or something like that. 21 years old, so in my brain I'm just like, I'll be right back. And Italy and Greece for me, like I was an art history minor, and so like I was obsessed with the architecture and the Parthenon. And I mean, if Italy and Greece, to me, Italy, Greece, and then maybe swing down to Egypt to try and get the trifecta there of a total balls out architecture, love fest. If that counts for 3 or that counts for 1, that has been burning in the back of my synapses for 20 years.
A Mediterranean tour.
Tehran, like Iran, or you're saying like...
No, Mediterranean.
The Mediterranean. Yeah. I thought you were saying like terrain or Tehran.
Oh, no, but Mediterranean tour. Yeah.
Like Iran is not on my list.
No. Actually, I would like to go, but not on the list now. Not currently, anyways. With the current situation,
hasn't been a calm area for some time.
That's right. Okay, so now that you've inspired me, one of the things that when I made a lot of money in commercials and I decided to take some time off, one of the things that I wanted to do to give myself was going to Sevilla to learn flamenco with like the local flamenco people, basically, or find an instructor or a community there and immerse myself for like 6 months and just learn as much flamenco as I could from the people. And I started to look for that. And then the next thing, it was actually Italy, go to Florence and take an art class in Florence, like either a year long or like just be there for like 6 months, another 6 months to a year, just devote myself to perfecting or enhancing my craft. That was another thing, and I still want to do it. I really would love to do that. I love Florence. I think Florence is one of the most beautiful cities. I have a friend, plant medicine friend, also in Florence. So if you do go, I'll connect you.
You know what was so great about what you said is that my idea of Italy, Greece, Egypt is still in the college brain. What you just said, okay, what I said was, I want to go to these 3 places because I want to see these icons, right? What you said is, like you spoke about today. See, that's showing me that my idea is outdated now. Because you said, I want to go to these places and I want to have an experience that's going to like change my life. Like, I mean, of course, seeing these like iconic architecture and artwork, you know, will change my life too, but it's not, I'm just like an observer. You are talking about participation. I like that even better because that's actually where my life has gone, you know, in these past years is, you know, way more participation, you know, hiking volcanoes and scuba and zip line and surfing. And, you know, it's not just going someplace.
Yeah.
That's a good inspiration there too.
And also you could go and interview people, right? Like, for example, you have already a little bit of a channel, a little bit of a following, and you like just record and interview people that you come along in contact with in Egypt or whatever. And then you make a sort of like, you could like going there for a day and seeing this or seeing that is not as interesting as like being there, mixing in and talking and living the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Learning the language, you know.
And I think that probably would have germinated, but now that you sort of like gave me this idea of a slight like course correction, I'm like, yeah. Like I gotta plus it.
Not only that, but like
Just show up.
Yet another intention or yet another way and another reason to make this a reality is for Dell's sake. Like if you could move there with him and expose him for not just like a weekend or like a summer, but like a full year in each country, for example, you're setting him up for you know, in a very open mind when it comes to the world, right? So even more double whammy. So it's almost like a duty now that you have to do it, basically. No, not that it's like a luxury or like I would love to, but it's like your responsibility to be a good father is to show him other cultures. And for extended periods.
And he's still so young right now too. It's like, I mean, I am absolutely a fan of, you know, not wishing my time away. You're like, oh, I can't wait. We gotta hurry and get to such and such. And I'm like, no, every moment now is the gift as well. Just because he's 3 and he can't fully appreciate, you know, yet. Like it's on my mind to take him there in about 4 years or maybe 4 or 5 years, right? But even if I'm going to these places like solo now too, it's like it's also me like sort of road mapping, you know, the places I want to take him. And it happens all the time where, you know, something will happen or I'll get into a conversation about something and he's already got that bug because he's like, I want to go. And I'll be like, you will, I'll take you.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it's really.
See, this type of feeling I would have never been able to understand, and now that I have a co-parenting a dog, I understand. Like the dog has never been to the sea. I can't wait for the dog to see the water for the first time.
If I could reach through, if we could AI me slapping you right now in the episode.
Why? Because I compared your son to a dog?
Without even letting me take a breath. Yeah, you did.
I said I understood you because I'm a father with a lowercase f, like you said. Anyways, the point is, that's very beautiful. And I'm glad that you... Look at your jaw just munching the anger away. Yes, that's very...
It's not anger at all.
Oh, okay.
It's playing with my friend.
Okay. Did it upset you for real? That or was it joking? What you were joking?
No, it's not upsetting. It's just you couldn't understand. So like, what is there to be?
Oh! I see. Yes, I see what you're saying. No, of course, there's not a like. There's some level.
If you were the opposite, because there are times when you are very adamant about something you believe in, right? And you may or may not know what you're talking about. But we all have that capacity. You have that capacity. if you had started that sentence by stating emphatically that there is no difference to your relationship to the dog, to me with my son, then it would be a little bit different, because I'd be like, okay, slow down, Trigger.
Yeah.
It's playful because you're making this statement because you just, fell in love with the dog. And again, you have
No, but I did say that I can understand you a little bit now because of this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And the thing is, the interesting thing about having, basically, day number 2 of being close to the dog, I went and I said I want to have a child. Like, it was very clear. I was like, the feeling that I'm having, this thing about training it, the doggy, and like I want this with a human. I want it to be my part, half me, and it's so fun to teach it, to show, to give the dog experiences. I wanna have that we're talking about. I wanna be able to do the same and show blah, 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 blah. So you saying it and me having this glimpse into that feeling that I had never had before, and only I have now because of the dog. That was it's some completely new. I'm a new person. It's something unlocked in my brain that now also is like constantly thinking about the dog. Like, if I go to sleep, I dream about the dog. It's
I am so elated for you, because I know people that never turns on, and I know people that have kids and it still didn't completely turn on. Which is
right.
awful.
Wait, yeah, let's get to that part in a second again. Like, this is great.
But I mean, you're a pretty, methodical person, right? And you didn't rush to have a child in your 20s. So like, I love that it's hitting you, because again, it's not something you're just going to jump into, but I'm glad that you're interested.
Yeah, and I've thought about like whether or not I should have done it earlier on things like this, and I'm glad I didn't do it earlier. Why?
Why? No. Why think about it? Because it's done.
No, it was more curiosity. It was more like, why did this never happen? Or like, was it my upbringing? Was it the fact that I never had a stable, I was always moving around, and like I felt, I was justifying it to me like in that way, like, oh yeah, and now I've been in Los Angeles for enough time that my brain has felt like safety and no change, and I can grow from here, right? Some things. So I was just curious about what my life, basically, why did it go this way and not the other way? And but I wanted to ask you, like, now that there's a dog training and everything like this, and now I'm walking and I'm meeting other people with dogs. First of all, go ahead.
Man. Dogs and babies are magnets to start conversations in the park.
Well, right, we're not taking the dog to the park yet because it has missing one vaccine. But yeah, that's already. But like on the street, right? Like, first of all, yes, if there's an instinct that if you see somebody, when I see somebody with a dog, you can immediately, of course, you evaluate the relationship between the dog and the owner, right?
Is that first what we do?
I think so. I do it, and I shouldn't pluralize you. I should be ashamed of myself for pluralizing.
I wonder why Jorge keeps trying to speak for all of us.
I speak for all of us, everyone here gathered here tonight, that when one sees a dog and it's owner. Anyway, so it's a great
for the episode now, for sure.
The what?
I have the title episode now. We're far enough into the episode. I know I already know what the title's gonna be.
Well, are you gonna share, or are you gonna just keep me in suspense?
Well, read the Chiron. There's the title. I wonder why George does this. And yes, I said George.
Wow. I don't know what I was talking about. Dog owners or whatever.
Let's get back to you judging people's relationship with their dogs, since you're the expert now at the park.
No. It's not even judging the relationship. So, okay, let me be very, very clear. Now that I know what it takes to... What?
I love how you're walking back when I just direct quoted you what you said, and you're like, that's not what I'm saying.
Well, let me make sure that I clarify what I said. I said, yes, of course, I judge the relationship between the dog and the owner, but this is in function of judging the owner. So meaning, when you meet a human sans dog, you have very little information to go about. You don't know if the person, you can't really trust the person. If you see the person with a dog and this person has a well-behaved dog, and he has a good relationship with the dog, there's something that turns on that says this person is disciplined, is good, the dog is a good person immediately, right? The same thing happens opposite. I have a neighbor that I've seen her for 10 years. I just run the other way when I see her because she's coming with the dog and the dog is terribly behaved. She's always screaming at the dog, or like talking very like obnoxiously at the dog. I run away. And now that I have the dog, and it's like a magnet, yes, but it's a magnet because mostly for good people, basically, like people that care, that know how to prioritize other living things, and also sometimes there's a person that likes overly protective, that doesn't train the dog, that is completely untrained because poor thing, and here's another treat, have a treat, look at her, eating from the table, feeding it from the table, things like this that are just like, there's faster ways to pierce to the people that you are going to get along with because you share similar values than not. It's just another, like a really big data point. No?
I'm just letting this point
spray.
I wonder, have you ever written a thank you note to that neighbor for helping keep you in shape, since you say you run away from her all the time?
My six-pack has a signature, is signed on her name, is signed over there. Yes.
Ophelia.
No. In my six-pack, I have her signature in ink.
And her name's Ophelia.
Her name is Ophelia. Yes, maybe. If you get to
I'm picturing an Ophelia.
Okay. Can you imagine if I ask her, I have a bet with a friend, and that turns out to be Ophelia? That would be...
We should bet, and I could get my plane ticket back.
Supersonic flight from Costa Rica to Rio de Janeiro, up and coming. I'm going to build a company. Who's with me? If anybody out there, there's an investment opportunity here.
I would invest in that.
If you only wanted to go to Rio de Janeiro enough.
Well, we had said Argentina technically in the back.
Oh, that's true. You're correct.
About the same.
What else is no? Or wait, no, we didn't finish. No, we didn't. We got like into super sidetracked, but we were talking about the positive experiences. I guess you said 3 places. I said a couple of places. Anything else that is that you want to do before you're too old and saggy?
I think that Alaska's been on my list for a while.
Yes.
But probably doing like the cruise to like get there and then like watch the glaciers, right? And then some type of adventure to get like, I don't know, helicopter onto the glacier or something like that. I think, I've just gotten so far away from Alaska now, but it could still be done.
You'll sit 11 hours on a flight for that.
Well, it wouldn't be that long.
But even if it were, my point is that you actually want to.
Because I could fly to LA in 6, get on a boat there. Like, we'll go to Alaska.
I see.
Yeah. Or even if we went to Seattle, it would only take 9.
From LA to Seattle is, I guess, yeah, sure.
Maybe a little less than 3. But I flew direct from Costa Rica to Paris, and that was like 9. So that was
Costa Rica to Paris.
Yeah. It's so interesting finding out like what the market bears here of like what they can fill enough to make a flight.
Yeah.
You can't fly to Hawaii from here. You can fly to Paris. You can fly to Madrid.
Wow.
You can fly to Toronto.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's just interesting.
Alaska, I could have gone on a boat when my brother got married. He got married in Seattle. My family flew in, and I was heartbroken, and I didn't get on that boat to go to Alaska and see all the whales and everything, and I really regret not having done that. And I think I agree with you that it's a really good place to go, and to go soonish, because the global warming is taking care of melting everything away. It's gonna be no Alaska in a few years. It's crazy. Of course Alaska will be there, but it's melting.
I know exactly what you're saying, and I'm with you. And I've been saying that for 10 years. Before Trump 1.0. But on that tip, then maybe we should go to Greenland before it gets all dug up.
Oh, before it becomes America.
We want to protect you. Steal all your minerals.
For freedom.
What a clown show.
We managed to not talk about politics until now, which is good.
Well, I couldn't help thinking about, because you went global warming, and then of course it goes to me of like those who say global warming doesn't, real. Okay. Yeah. There was no way for me to unpoliticize it. So.
Yeah.
and I'm not apologizing. Alaska.
What about
I could also, I mean, if we're gonna get a travel sponsor going here, because I could book that like now, because Dell wouldn't have to get like off the boat. You know what I mean? Like he wouldn't have to do like the dangerous part, but he could still get the wonder of actually seeing that. And I could go do the high risk adventure
wild.
before I get older. Yeah, maybe that'll cut the line. Maybe.
Okay. What about Antarctica?
No interest. Too extreme. That might as well be Everest to me. I have no interest in really difficult shit, and just the weather could kill you, let alone a misstep. So, yeah, I don't want that.
What about Africa?
And it could easily be argued, well, you scuba dive and you're surrounded by death if something goes wrong with any part of your equipment or your blood system, Yeah, that's true, but I've gotten used to that.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine being in freezing conditions and then have to like be like a top performing athlete to hike some shit. Like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah. Okay, so I like this.
Sorry, I keep interrupt you. I apologize. But here's what I love about this conversation is that everything we're talking about, not one of us has said something like frivolous, in my opinion, in my judgmental opinion.
That's so frivolous what you said.
None of us said like, I want to go race a Ferrari down the middle of Dubai. There's just some things that people just get such a boner for that I'm like, why? Like, what's the? I like. There's just some things I just,
Okay, well, but hold on. Yeah, I mean, totally understandable. Like, you don't. But you've also. Oh, actually, that's another. Do you want to drive a supercar? Like the superest of supercars? Because if you already driven 1 or 2 or 3 supercars, maybe you got old. It got old for you. But like the latest Bugatti, something like this, no? You wouldn't want to like
You answered the question. I've already done it. Not a Bugatti, exactly. But I did race. I did professionally race, my GTR when I had it.
You professionally raced the GTR?
So I would so like I had this relationship with people at Nissan. And so I would get invited to the track because, there was only, even though there were, it was only a small number of people that had the GTR. It's still a small number of how many of those cars are in the US. And so I said yes, but I loved that car, but it also, I couldn't drive it to work because I didn't need my staff seeing how much money I made. And even taking it to the track, like, you blow through tires just to participate in going around the track. And I was like, this is really fucking expensive for not that much payoff. I had money, but I didn't have that kind of money that I wanted to just like.
How much is it? I think I talked to a friend because I also was thinking, I got into the VR GT, and I have the Sony, the PlayStation, and so I love the GTR. I love the sound it makes. Oh my God, it's one of the happiest sounds. One of the things that I really want to do actually is go to Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium to race to do a couple of laps with my brother because we both love the game. But it's more about my brother. It's not like fancy. I guess it's not. I don't think it's frivolous. I think it's like something like that I play with my brother, and it's a bond that I have with him. And to go to Belgium, like a fun track that we both like.
There's a great purpose. You've made the purpose, right? Like, it makes sense. I was just judging Dubai, really. It wasn't even about the car as an example. It just was more about like, I just don't get why people get so excited about Dubai. Like, it's basically like a really, over opulent Las Vegas that a bunch of slaves lived, died, and built. I'm just like, I don't know. It just doesn't give me the right vibes.
Yeah.
But that's just a quick, decision of like, hey.
Yeah, I don't care to go to Dubai either. Nothing. Who cares to see like a lot of money? I don't see the reason why.
Yeah.
But racing a fast car around a track, feel the G's and like the skill, that I can see for sure. Yes, I want that. No, but one track that I really would like to try in the US is the one that has a screw. What is it called? I forget now. WeatherTech. You know what I'm talking about? WeatherTech? Laguna Seca.
Yeah. I've seen that was in pole position, I think.
In pole position, what do you mean?
In the video game pole position, I believe that was one of the tracks. Choose.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't played.
I think.
I see.
But I've heard of it, but I really don't know much about it.
Have you seen Gran Turismo, the movie?
No. Wait, who's in it?
The guy, mostly unknown people. There's Orlando Bloom is there, is for a minor role, and the guy from Stranger Things, the cop, he's one of the main characters.
I don't know.
It's pretty good.
I don't know if I can't recall.
I recommend. It's pretty good. I mean, it's very formulaic. I didn't care, but it was formulaic. I thought it was great. And it was a movie made about a marketing campaign that they did about bringing people from sim racing, from people that play video games basically, into the track and training them on Nissan GTRs.
Okay.
And a marketing campaign by Nissan to push the GTR. And then they made the movie about this because it was a real story about a guy who became a pro racer from playing video games.
I need to look that up because
it's a great story. It's a very good movie.
I feel like if I don't know exactly about it, I should have known about it.
Yeah, Gran Turismo.
2023, I definitely did not see it. I haven't seen new movies, and
yeah,
the only new movies I've seen since my son was born and I've been out of the country are like, I saw Dune.
What do you think about it? The first one or second one?
The first one. Loved it. I saw the last James Bond. They were out at the same time. And we were like literally waiting for Dell to be born, and he was late. So we were just going to the movies. I mean, I don't go to the movies anymore. So yeah, 2020.
I watched it in my place. I didn't watch it at the movies. And it took me a while to watch. My brother kept, "Did you have to watch this?" And I finally watched it. I was like, wow, that's a really good movie.
Which then ties in that you two need to go race together.
Yeah. Oh no, we should. I should convince you now that you have a house in Costa Rica to buy one of these games. I have like whole VR set. I drive, like it feels really real. A couple of friends that race in real life came and put it and tested the thing, and they were like sweating. They were like, "This is pretty much, except the G-force, this is really real." And the thing is, it feels so real that you go like this. Your whole body feels the cheese.
Amazing. There's someone I know here. I won't say friend, but there's someone I've played it at his house here. Something very similar to what you're describing, and it was really fucking fun.
It's so much fun. Yeah. My whole rig with the pedals that are up there, that are hanging, not like this that you push, but they're actually like a real car. The best whatever. The whole rig was 5,000. It's not that, I mean, for a game that is going to last me 15, 20, like I'm going to have this forever. Like I'll play with my brother forever, you know what I mean?
There's room for it right over here.
That's what I'm saying. Hold on, let me just show you. I don't know why I have I not showed you this? Watch.
When did you get it?
I got it.
No. That was the mushroom couch.
That was a mushroom couch. Yes. There's my guitar, but anyways,
this couch is gone now.
I have even I have the fucking Puma shoes, Anyway, but that's it's so much fun. You would love.
Now I'm gonna fly back to LA. You're convincing.
Man, we would not leave this place. Like you have no idea. My brother and I, like we were just fucking, and like also getting the fucking like at the best time. My brother. Oh, I beat you. Like fuck. The next day, I'm like. And then the time is there. I don't even have to race him. I just have to beat his time while he sleeps, and then wake up to see if.
I wonder, are you trying to tell the audience here that you're really competitive about video games?
Oh my god! Bro, yes, we should race.
Some of them might already know how competitive you are about.
I am so competitive about most things. Yeah, but video games is such a great arena to be able to be like just vicious, get all the anger out.
Almost as if we did an episode on that.
Yes, and I realize that I'm like a dog too. Like I just want to grab onto something and go. And now that's a video game for me. That's a video game for me.
Gone full circle.
That's right.
My 3-year-old son is in love with everything to do with Star Wars. But now he's playing the Return of the Jedi video game from my stand-up game over here. And he's getting through the second level, and he's freaking 3 years old. Like,
proud moment. You're like,
second, well, here's the real proud moment. Second week in a row in Taekwondo, he's making kids cry. And he's the smallest, youngest kid in the class. And he has no chill. Like,
what does it mean, no chill?
No chill. Like, he's not like, he's not going to cry. He's like there. He's like super aggressive. Like I said to his mom, I said, he's in the wrong class. We got to get him into hockey. It's in the DNA. Like, I just see him just mad dogging the kids. And I'm like, he's got it. He's going to scare the shit out of us.
He's got the pit bull energy. Good for
Genetics
you.
are real.
Good for you. It's all socially constructed.
Don't ruin the moment.
Okay. Man, okay, great to catch up.
What did we learn today? We learned what we need to get done in the next chapter of our life, whether it's being a parent, whether it's, me making more experiences with my son as a parent, where we want to go in the world. What is the value of a dog versus what is the value of a child, and video games.
And not letting things and inspiring each other by our bucket lists, or not bucket lists, by lists. I just realized that I'm going to go to Spa-Francorchamps this year. I'm going to go to, my father turned 70. I'm going to go to Madrid to celebrate with him. And after that, I was like, what? You know what?
Is that where he's in Madrid?
He's in Madrid, but my brother's in London. So I'm gonna meet him in Spa. I'm gonna fly into Spa-Francorchamps and meet him there for a race. I have to practice. Yes.
I might be in Spain also.
In September?
No, sooner.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
If you go, let me know. I have tons of friends. I should introduce you.
Some would call the travel plans a compulsion, but I call it just trying to abide by the laws of Costa Rica. That once you come in, you have to show them that you're leaving again. So, just trying to follow the rules.
Oh my God, we just opened a can of worms about the Costa Rica protocol to travel.
Well, I mean,
or it's like a Ryan House.
It's the failed immigration system is really what that's a critique of. My son's over 3 years old and I still don't have my immigration as his parent. Like, it's insane. So I'm just like any traveler, even though I've invested a gazillion dollars here. I'm just like anybody else. Yeah, thanks for coming in. Show me your ticket. When are you leaving? And my son is, a national. It's crazy. It's so crazy. But hey, and you would think, like in America, like there's like always an express, money can get you anything, right? Like there's always an express lane to get something done faster. Nobody has found a price to get this to go any faster because I would pay it. It's wild. It's wild. And there's nobody to talk to about it either. It's like, okay, whatever. All right. Thanks for watching our fabulous series, if I may say so myself, I Wonder, with Jorge and Jay Ry. We'll see you next time. I love you, brother. And we'll see you next time. Have a fantastic rest of your day.